Hi guys, I was thinking of a new way to learn some new code. So I'm pretty new with Python, and I was looking for like an ECG app that is connected to an actual hardware, so that the toggleable push buttons, pause, and the other one was save figure button. So you can pause the ECG recording and then save the graph so that you can analyze. And it has different codes. There's a UI main, there's a SW here, which records. UI main is the main function where all the operations work, and go.py is, and UI convert is where it is converted to some format that can be utilized, and go.py is where a lot of the actions happen. So looking into UI main, say for instance I don't understand the import function, or I'm new to PyQt4, then Qt core qt.gui. So I write the sentence, I take the whole code into Claude. So my first prompt was saving part of a Python example ECG app project for later questions. This one is UI_main.py code, and then I paste the whole code, and it tells me that it's saved. And if you click on the three bars, you can see all the conversations, so you can just click on the conversation and continue later on. Okay, and then what I do is I bring out a big enough notebook or note copy, and I just write on the first line that sorry, not this one, the from PyQt4 import Qt core, qt.gui, because they're like you can go for import for a single library file, or you can go for multiple library files. But I didn't because I was new in Python, I couldn't know that. So there's from PyQt4, that's the PyQt4 library, and then from there I want to import sub libraries Qt core and Qt GUI, but I want to save space, so I put on the two sub libraries that I knew about when I typed the same line on Claude Sonnet, that from PyQt4 import Qt core, Qt GUI, explain this format of coding. So when it did, each section, the basic structure, the format breakdown, and it explained to me the whole part. So coding is to me that it's a language that we're not used to. We don't normally converse in coding. We converse in English language or Bengali or Hindi, any language that's fluent to us from the start. So we need to understand when we communicate with language, we need to understand the story behind it, each components behind it, the story behind it, and how it interweaves and makes a part. And I was learning Python because Python is connected to some parts in electrical engineering, and also it is used as a user-friendly version for C and C++, and it also is extensively used in biomedical engineering. So I wanted a multi-shot in a single shot. Anyways, going back to Claude, it broke down the whole thing, and going back to my notes, I just put on some arrows to explain one side of the arrow to explain the format of the coding. And so the main parts, so breaking down from PyQt4 to all the way Qt core and Qt.gui. See, you can have separate two lines, or you can have like one line and save up space. And then there is used for what is it used for in the main program, because I already saved it in Claude, so I can directly ask Claude, which I did, what is it used in the main program. So that, and just remember the three questions: how, what, where, who, or when. So these questions, making a question out of a topic makes you remember and makes you curious. Anyways, there's the question, what is PyQt4 used for in exactly in that code, because it has a lot of widgets, and mainly the Q widget, and the other one was the Q widget and Q push button. That's from the Qt.GUI, and align right is from Qt core. Okay, so that was the whole thing about, and the main ones are the ones which modules and what is it used for. The main one, the PyQt4, and the Qt.GUI, I divided it into separate pipelines. The Qt GUI explaining the Q widget and Q push button, and Qt core explaining Q align right. And remember the method of space repetition. I'll just fill up some questions for later fill up, and that kind of would be like a quiz, so that I can understand the whole story. It has to be like an explainable story in your own language which you understand. Only then, like, maybe you can understand the specific line. Another was like more extensively used in this code was try underscore from UTF-8 Qt core Q string from UTF-8 and accept attribute error. So this is used as like a safety code, so that you can use the modules whether it is compatible with Python 2 or Python 3. So you can still use this to run on the methods. And here I'm since it's not like one thing divided into two things, it was like one big topic explained into subtopics. So I used multiple different styled pipelines to get the main goal is you look at the copy from this angle, and then if you can see the pipelines, you can understand the whole thing, that okay, this main thing has been divided into three things. And then zooming into the further one of these pipelines, if they have subdivisions, different style pipelines will help you. And then you can like safely scroll around to find out different sections of each pipeline and understand the whole story behind a particular line, which you might be able to use later on. The key goal I found that is to understand the lines which are repeated over and over again.